if you look at all the statistics about how a young priest might identify himself and all that kind of, you see fewer and fewer priests who are interested in what I would think of as offensive liturgies that are, sort of forcing some kind of weird things into the liturgy. At the same time, you see these more conservative priests. We do have to be careful not to make tradition be a contest, right? Where like, look, I'm every new little thing that I see that I find out was traditional, so I'm going to try to like just squeeze that into everything. And like, I need to send every signal that I can to show people how traditional I am. So, I need not just a cassock and surplice sometimes, but I need like the most lacy surplice I can find. And I need to just constantly signal to everybody that I'm on your side if you're the kind of guy that wants tradition in the liturgy, those kind of things. I think we have to be careful of that, because there's, I think that's part of what Pope Francis has complained about with the more traditional Latin Mass. Is it's not that he doesn't like it because it's traditional. He doesn't like it because it's kind of, I don't know, a nice way to say it, but it's, the Pope has used some pretty rough words to describe that crowd.
Has. He's been very critical of
Right. I don't want to, I want to stay away from some of those words or whatever, but that's that burns people up a lot of times, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to be called that for wearing something so lacy and for wearing something so whatever, but the Pope is, he's making a point that I think is worth making. And he's said this a lot, and I think it's a good point. You don't want your liturgy to become a museum. And by a museum, I don't mean something that preserves older things. I mean something that just takes older things and puts them on display to be looked at and not participated in.